Can we talk? No, I mean really talk. Can we talk about what it's like out there in the world today? What being single is like and how the opposite sex tends to look at us nowadays. It's a frustrating reality many of us face, being reduced to a caricature based on the flimsiest of assumptions. This hits on a nerve of mine that resonates deeply, and quite frankly, it's beyond exhausting. I feel like way too often, the world can feel like a bewildering and disheartening place where our individuality is erased before anyone has even bothered to get to know us. It's maddening, isn't it? To have people craft an entire narrative about who you are without ever having a genuine conversation with you, without witnessing your quiet moments or your proudest achievements, without understanding the nuances of your life. And the labels they slap on are often so misguided, so devoid of complexity. If you're a woman, a display of passion, a firm boundary, or even just a strong opinion can be twisted into labeling you as crazy. Your emotions, if they lean anywhere outside a narrow band of placid contentment, are instantly pathologized. It's as if the very existence of women is perceived as a potential malfunction, a ticking time bomb of irrationality. And for men, the default seems to be a pre-programmed suspicion of malice. Speak your mind, express frustration, or even just have a differing viewpoint, and you're likely to be branded a misogynistic disaster. The assumption is that any deviation from a perfectly curated, agreeable form of masculinity is rooted in some inherent toxicity. Where do we win? Frankly, it feels like we don't. We spend our lives trying to be authentic, to connect with others on a deeper level, only to be met with a prefabricated version of ourselves that bears no resemblance to the person we actually are. It's exhausting to constantly fight against these projections, to try and chip away at the walls of assumption that people erect around us. Also, can we talk about the massive confusion I feel and the rather large disconnection that seems to be a bigger problem? The scenario between wanting to connect on a physical level versus an emotional one. This to me is particularly jarring. It feels like a societal script that's been flipped on its head. And honestly, this has left me scratching my head in confusion. Ponder this with me for just a second. People can't seem to have a meaningful conversation with someone while they're fully clothed. Yet they're ready to strip away all their guards and engage in the most intimate of acts with no strings attached. Sex is the new version of getting to know you. It is bizarre. It begs the question, what are we seeking here? Why are the barriers of vulnerability, of shared experience, of genuine emotional presence so stubbornly erected? Yet, the barriers of clothing are so easily dispensed with. It's the disconnect between physical proximity and emotional distance that feels so profoundly unsettling. It's as if the act of shedding clothes is seen as the ultimate expression of opening up, while the sharing of thoughts, feelings, and fears is somehow considered too much, too soon, or simply not desired. What the hell? So no one can talk to you and get to know you, but they can do the most intimate of things with you. They don't want to know what's on your mind, but sharing your body with them is somehow okay. Seems a little off, doesn't it? There is an entire person wrapped around the one thing that they're interested in, and you can feel you have emotions. And yes, you are intricate, but you are also beautiful and worth getting to know. And the no-feeling aspect, that's where the real hollowness seems to lie. When intimacy is reduced to a purely physical exchange, devoid of any emotional investment, it can leave one feeling even more isolated, even more broken. It's a fleeting connection that highlights the absence of a deeper one. My question, what is going on? Are we all that broken? I suspect many of us share this sentiment. It's easy to fall into despair, to believe that perhaps this is the new normal, and that genuine human connection has become a relic of the past. The pressure to conform to superficial interactions, the ease with which people are reduced to archetypes, and the baffling disconnect between physical and emotional intimacy all point to a society grappling with something. Perhaps it's the overwhelming pace of modern life, the constant barrage of curated online personas, or an underlying societal anxiety that makes vulnerability feel like a risk too great to take. But I refuse to believe that we are inherently broken. We are complex, contradictory, and capable of profound connection. If you share my frustration, it's because you feel this is a testament to your desire for something more, for something real. It's a sign that you haven't given up on the idea of genuine interaction, even when the world makes it feel increasingly difficult. The challenge, then, is to keep seeking those connections where the assumptions are challenged, where vulnerability is met with empathy, and where intimacy is built on the foundation of mutual understanding. Not just physical proximity. It's a difficult road, but the alternative, accepting the superficial and the projected, is far more disheartening.